What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Total Tank, and today we're going to be fighting the champion of light on heroic difficulty. I'm playing a Brewmaster monk, and Brewmaster is brilliant for both sides of this fight. I'm going to be showing you the ad perspective. So I start off by putting my statue down. That's just so I can get the ads and the auto cluster about, and the other tank can take the boss. Upon pulling the ads, basically you'll start getting some abilities, Consecration being one of them, which summons a patch of ground under the caster, inflicting 7,000 damage to anyone stood within it, and reduces damage taken for all the Crusaders by 50%. So you need to get him out of there so it doesn't cause you any problems. The other ads are okay to be in there as long as they're interrupted on the DPS phase and killed. That's fine. You don't have to worry about them really on heroic. Now you've got to look at Wave of Light, which is basically an ability which she sends out to the Crusader or the ads, which if he's hit by it will heal him for 5% of his health every couple of seconds for 7 seconds. Just keep him out of it. You really have no need to be stood in there, and you don't want to be stood in it either because it does do damage to you. Which then it'll take us on to pretty much the ad phase, where she'll put Seal of Reckoning on, and the DPS will switch to the ads. Now what you want to do with Sacred Blade, because Sacred Blades are stacking debuff on the main tank, you want to make sure that your DPS kill the ads very quick, and then you want to go out and taunt off your main tank for a couple of seconds and just make sure that he doesn't take too much damage from the stacks, and that he can actually drop his stacks before the next ads come. Blinding Faith, you want to keep your eye on that from the Crusader because it does stun you for a couple of seconds. As you can see here, this is where I taunted so he could drop his stacks. I wait until the ads come back up, and then it's straight back to it again. So let's talk about the seals. The Seal of Retribution, which you've just seen there, is basically where the DPS can attack the boss, and every time an ad dies with this active, she gains a stack of zealotry, which you want to avoid her stacking because it increases the damage big time. And then she'll change to a Seal of Reckoning, which is the phase you saw where we all DPS the ads down, and what that does basically is whenever a non-tank player hits her, she will gain a stack of zealotry. Zealotry is a buff that increases her flat damage, like her damage outright. You want to avoid having that, so you don't want to kill ads at the wrong time, you don't want to be hitting the boss at the wrong time. Only tanks can be hitting the boss at any one time. Like if you're in the Aura of Reckoning, only a tank can hit her. So that's basically this fight, guys. It's basically just ad management. A couple of little tips: try and have some people interrupt the casters because that can sometimes hurt if they're not interrupted, and also you want to kind of keep them out of the Consecration for as long as possible, and you kind of want to keep them all stacked together so that DPS can come down and just basically nail them when it's time to. And you should repeat this phase maybe once, maybe twice, like we did, and after that it should be easy sailings from there on out, and then you'll be up to Grong, which is an even easier tank fight, but that's another video. But any tips for Free Dry and Bellow I can give: try and keep the ads as far away from the boss as possible, try and keep the ads interrupted as long as you can, and just make sure you remember to taunt when the ads are dead so that your main tank can reset his stats, or vice versa. This has been Total Tank. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and subscribe. There are more guides coming soon. I'm sorry this one's a bit iffy, but here we go. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Bye now.